Welcome to the 33rd episode of the J&J podcast. My name is John.
And I'm Joe.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for another incredible episode. I am safely back in Staten Island, and Joe, you are still in Rochester. I miss you, Brody. Did we have a good week together, though?
We did. I thought it was a really good week. We had a lot of fun. I gained 10 pounds. Thank you very much.
10 whole pounds. Woohoo!
Right? Amazing. It was great. So let me ask you, John, what was the favorite thing that you did while you were up here?
I mean, of course, I love spending time with you and your family, and your brother was adorable, of course. I came up there specifically to spend time with you because I never get to see you. I mean, you're my, I get to see you once a year, or, twice a year. That's it. That's really what I was there to look forward to. We had. We did a lot of things. We went out pretty much every day. It was great playing Xbox with you, and just going around, seeing Rochester, seeing the way life is different, and just kind of exploring the city. And it was a great experience, though, and I'm really looking forward to the fact that we can, hopefully we can just do this again. What do you think? I want to do this again, like, more frequently.
Yeah, man, I would love to. I think now it'll be so much easier because we're both kind of adults. And speaking of adulting, ladies and gentlemen, hide your kids, hide your spouses, hide your little fluffy dog, because Joseph Basello has a license.
Woo! Watch out, the roads of Rochester. Joe is on the road.
John, should I tell them how my test went?
Sure, tell me. I'm not even sure if you told me how your test went.
Well, I barely passed. I got failure to observe, poor engine control.
Oh, yeah?
Excessive room. That is what I got off my towel stuck underneath the gas pedal. I mean, it was rough. It had its moments. It was really fun, though. It wasn't fun for me, but it was really interesting because at first I thought he was going to fail me. So I swear I thought I was going to fail. And he says to me, he's like, you look like you're going to be sick, but that doesn't change the fact that you passed.
Woohoo! And it's great. It's great that you passed, because if you would have failed this time, then you would have had to take that 5-hour course again, which that would have just been completely brutal.
Yeah, and it was really funny because I passed, and as soon as I passed, I looked at my permit and I realized I had my wrong address, my old address, on my permit. So I had to go down to the DMV, which took like 500 hours, and I had to get my address renewed on my permit.
And guys, if you ever want to swing by Joe's old house, it's 216 Kenwood Avenue, Rochester, New York. If you ever just want to swing by Joe's old house, you might find some artifacts there. Maybe Joe Vasello collected.
Anything that got left over was actually stolen out of the house. We had a flat screen TV that just got jacked out of the house.
Be careful, everyone. But I had a great time in Rochester, honestly, and your family was just so good to me, so kind. Were there any mean comments about me when I left?
Yeah, actually a few.
Whoa! Alrighty, well, spill it on me.
My mom was a little mad that you didn't eat her nachos, I'm not gonna lie.
What? What'd you say?
Well, I told her you didn't eat the nachos, and she was
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to get you in trouble. Because you showed me up, John. You made me look really bad.
How did I show you up? How did I show you up?
Because you were being so good and you were helping out.
Oh, I was being good. I was being good in your house. Okay, look, your parents were letting me stay there for like 5 days, rent-free. They weren't charging me anything. I kind of felt like, if I can do any kind of what did I do? Work around I installed the air conditioner, and that was it.
That was a lot of work. Holy crap.
It was not a lot of work. You took the old one out, put the new one in. It was it. How else did I show you up in front of your house?
You freaking were polite. You were nice.
I was
to William.
polite. Oh my God, I was polite. So what?
No, I'm just screwing with you, John. I didn't actually tell my mom you didn't eat your nachos.
Well, she's gonna know now. No.
Yeah, no. My mom actually, both my mom and Jeff, my stepdad, love you.
So were there any negative comments when I left?
No, not at all. In fact, Jeff felt terrible that you had to wait so long at the airport.
Yeah, that's right. My flight got delayed 3 hours. So I sat at a bar. No, I went to a bar, but I only had one drink. I had a double shot of vodka. Woohoo!
I was really sad that you didn't that we didn't know about that a little earlier. Otherwise, you would have had a few more hours with us.
Dude, 20 minutes. And if we were just gone by 20 minutes, I would have been able to hang out with you guys a lot longer.
I know, it's super sad.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hey, John, what are you doing in the next couple weeks, like 2 weeks?
I mean, you have to give me specific dates. Why? What's up? What's going on?
What if you came down with my dad? Came up with my dad. You could have a whole nother week.
A whole nother week? That might be a little difficult for me to... Joe, I mean, that's another thing, the day after I came back from Joe's house, I went out and I bought myself a car. Ladies and gentlemen, being a part of a podcast definitely has its moments. I went out and I bought a brand friggin' new 2016 Toyota Corolla. So Joe, at the moment, I kind of need all the cash I can possibly get.
Now, John, enlighten me about something.
Okay.
How did this happen? Did you just wake up and say, screw it, I'm going to get a 2016 car?
Well, we had been talking about me getting a new car for a long time. For me to go out and get a new car that was a used car that's like a 2002, 2003 car. I was gonna deal with all the same issues that I was currently dealing with my 2001 Ford Taurus. So that wasn't worth it. To jump to just a new car with all the same issues wasn't worth it to me. And then we were looking at cars that were like certified pre-owned from the dealership, and that was actually a lot, like 2012, 2013 cars. Those were just like a lot of money, and for the money you'd be spending on one of those, you would be getting, it was just worth it to get a brand new car.
Right. I get what you're saying. Now, do you have any suggestions for me as a person who's about to get a used car?
Don't get too old.
Okay.
For you to, look, at the end of the day, your dad's the one buying you a car. Whatever you're getting, would be, whatever you're getting, just be happy with, the fact that you have a car,
Right. But what I definitely don't want to happen is I don't want to get like a month or 2 months in and I'm spending like $500 to get something stupid fixed.
Well, no, that's gonna happen. I'm telling you, that's gonna happen. That's a lie. I had a good experience, with my car for like the first year. For like the first year, I was like good. I really had no issues. I had to go for like the standards, like oil changes and inspections and stuff of that nature. It was really just this past, I would say all of 2016. And I would say starting with Christmas and maybe November. Starting in November was really bad. And then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I had a lot of money I was investing in the car. And I did the math. And I spent more money in total on repairs for my 2001 Ford Taurus than I did on my down payment for my new car.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah. So I spent exactly. So to have an old car, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to have an old car, and it costs a lot of money to have a new car.
So basically, what you're saying is I can kiss my money goodbye no matter what I buy.
It just depends on where you want to spend your money. Personally, I think, having the new car is a lot better because I'd rather spend money on payments than on repairs for a car that doesn't work. I get in my car, the first thing that happens is the air conditioner starts going on and it's icy cold, and the car just runs fast. The fact that I know I can drive from here to Rochester and know I won't break down is amazing to me.
Right. Now, John, I've been thinking about, and I don't know whether, I would have to ask somebody about this, or maybe it would be something that I would be able to YouTube, but I was hoping to maybe learn how to do my own oil changes.
I think, oil changes are the least of your worries. Oil changes are pretty cheap, so, you have to get an oil change typically once every 6 months, and they're about $40. So I think, for the money you're going to be spending, you have to go out and then buy the oil and then learn how to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, and you have to buy the materials and everything, to do it. So, I mean, with the money you're spending, you're not really going to be saving all that much money.
Right.
And especially when it comes down to an old car, it's not stuff you want to mess with. For you to,
I can't just start ripping parts out of my car. Is that what you're telling me?
I know, would not recommend doing that. And for an old car, I would not recommend doing your own oil changes because one little thing goes on and an old car makes, 10 more things go wrong. And in the long haul will cost you just a lot more money. But why would you consider doing your own oil changes?
I don't know. I feel like it would definitely be like a chick magnet, a way of impressing girls. Like, hey, babe, I know how to do oil changes.
I think back in the day that was a thing, and I think back in the day strength and muscular and I know everything about a car was like the cool thing, and now it's like nerds that can take their naked photos off the cloud is like the big thing. Nerds are the new cool. I'm saying, okay, just
happened to our society. My goodness, we have Hillary and Trump in office. President.
Joe, repeat that. You froze up. Joe,
I can't believe it.
Joe.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, dude. You completely froze up for the past minute.
I said I can't believe it. We have Hillary and Trump in office, right? And or one of them's going to be in office, and nerds have become the new cool. What's going on in our society, John?
Oh my God, there's a lot more than that going on in our society. Trump's numbers are plummeting. But I think he's gonna have a plan, and I think it's still way too early to tell, considering that the two of these people haven't even come face to face on a debate yet. So I think that would be kind of I think that's kind of interesting, how we're kind of speculating numbers already without these people ever coming to a debate. Now, Joe, honestly, who do you think this is, at the end of the day, who do you think is going to win this?
Well, honestly, John, I really don't want Hillary to win, but I have that sinking gut feeling when something bad is really about to happen, it's going to be Hillary who wins.
I don't think we're getting a prize with either candidate.
I definitely don't think we're going to get a prize with either candidate, but I have that sinking feeling that it's going to be Hillary. And, it'll be one of those footnotes in history where, the German people can look back today and say, what were you thinking electing Hitler to office? And I feel like it's going to be the same type of thing where, our kids are going to look back and say, what the hell were you guys thinking? And we're going to say, we don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to really voice who I'm, voting for, because I honestly don't know who I'm voting for. But I think it's going to be I think Hillary's going to get a lot of votes from women just for the sole fact of, oh, look, a woman president. We haven't had one of those before. It's like, we haven't had a child president either, You want to have one of those? It's like...
Exactly.
I'm a little nervous for both candidates. I'm not happy with either. Personally, I think Vermin Supreme should be our guy. Free ponies. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? But
I mean, I feel like At this point, Vernon Supreme couldn't be any worse than what we have.
I think Vermin Supreme is the best of all the options. Free ponies, time travel, research. What more do you want?
Yeah, you do know time travel is technically not possible, right?
He's gonna make it possible.
Curious.
I have a lot of trust and faith within Mr. Supreme. So
Weren't we supposed to have him on the show not too long ago?
yeah, I guess we can talk about this now since it's not going to happen. When we first started the podcast, we were actively searching for guests. One of the people we reached out to was Vermin Supreme. We sent him a link and all the information to our show, and he agreed to come on. And then we asked him, do you have a webcam? If not, we will purchase one for you, because we desperately wanted him on because we knew that would be very good for our ratings. And we just did not hear from him ever since. We sent him 3 emails after that over the spread of time, to which he never responded to. We just assumed maybe he changed his mind for whatever reason. We do wish him all the best, and if he wants to come on in the future, our offer still stands. But he was supposed to be our first official guest on the show. And it does disappoint me that, I don't know what happened. Maybe he got busy. Maybe he just didn't want to come on the podcast. I don't know what happened. It would have been nice to have him on, don't you think, Joe?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think that it would have been great to have him on. At the same time, though, I'm a little happy after looking at some of his policies that he didn't come on our show.
I think I would have loved to have him on. I think he would have been great. I think he would have been funny. I think he would have just been very entertaining for us.
Perhaps. Now, John, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How would you like to be president? Would you like to be president if you could?
I don't think I could. I don't think I would do well as president. I would do a lot of stupid things. I think I would do a lot of stupid things as president. I'd make you my vice president. That would be the first dumb thing.
Yes.
Who would vote for the 2 of us? I mean, that would be really weird. I don't know if I'd get a lot done. I'd just be chilling in the White House, with a room full of voltage. You could see it now.
Every bottle.
What'd you say?
You would have to get somebody to test every bottle.
No, I'll test it. That's fine. If it's sealed, I'll know. What if the secret? I wouldn't hire any Secret Service that hated voltage.
No. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure everyone in this world loves voltage, but I'm just saying.
No, that's a lie. I've met a few people who won't drink it.
Wow, that's nuts.
Well, they've had it before, but they're not like happy with it. Like, they don't think like it tastes good. And some people just read like the back of it, and they think like, oh my god, this is so unhealthy, and it is unhealthy. I'm not gonna lie. It's great though. I think we talk about Mountain Dew Voltage so much on this show that Mountain Dew should sponsor us. I've kind of said this a few times, but they haven't reached out to us, unfortunately. I mean, do you think, Joe, if we wrote like a letter to Mountain Dew explaining that voltage is like this major impact on our friendship, that maybe they'll like send us a case or something?
I think that it's a perfectly good possibility.
That would be really. I don't know if anybody else has the type of bond over a soda like we do. I think it is a little weird. I mean, what would you do if they announced that one day they were taking voltage off the shelves?
I would be legitimately sad.
I would be sad too. I would buy so much of it though.
Oh yeah.
I'd be ordering it by the case. Like, I would like.
You just come up here and we would clean out Walmart.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like, and I saw it somewhere else. Where did I see it? Oh, I saw it in Wegmans, actually, up here for $1.50, a whole 2-liter bottle.
But they had it for $1 at Walmart.
Yeah.
And that was great. Because you can't get it like.
At Walmart.
You can't get it like that where I live. Unfortunately, you can only get it by the regular sized bottles. Um,
Yeah, now I'm super thirsty. I feel really stupid because Deary, when I left today, Deary was like, "Oh, Joseph, you have this entire case of seltzers. Take them with you." And I was like, "No, just keep them here." And now I really wish I took them because we're talking about voltage, and I'm thirsty.
yeah, no, no, I definitely want a voltage myself. But
Gosh, John, see what you do. I hope you die. I mean, I love you.
I know, Joe. I think out of everyone though, when I went up to Rochester, I think your brother missed me the most though, which is
Yeah, my brother was pretty devastated that you left.
like what happened when I left and like he got back in the car. Like, was he crying or did anything happen?
He almost cried. Like the tears were in his eyes, but he didn't let them.
Oh,
He didn't let them flow over.
that's so cute. But yeah, so today I went out and I saw Suicide Squad. I saw it at the atrium.
Like I heard you said it. Well, let's hear it from your mouth to our ears.
It was not that good. I saw Suicide Squad today inside the Oh, by the way, Joe, I didn't even know this myself. The atrium now has a luxury theater.
What the hell is a luxury theater?
The luxury theater is no so basically it's oversized lazy boy recliners, every single seat, assigned seats, and the best part of it all, nobody under the age of 18.
Wow.
I'm
That's
pretty
awesome.
I'm pretty grateful for that one.
Kids movies then.
Right. They're not available for kids movies.
Right.
But they're nice. I gotta say, I was very impressed with that. The movie though was not that good, and I might say some spoilers here. Unless Joe, do you want to hear spoilers?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I might say some spoilers during this, so you might want to click off this podcast until you watch Suicide Squad. So the movie was just okay. It clocks in at around like 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I think one of the major problems with this film was that it was too short. I think they tried to cram a lot of information into a very short amount of time. I think they needed more time.
Now, John, can I just tell you what I would have liked to seen? I haven't seen Suicide Squad, but I think what would have been better is
What?
if they had a movie for each villain, the same way they did a different, like an Avengers movie.
Oh,
Avenger,
right.
they had and then sewed it all up in the Suicide Squad.
Right, I absolutely agree. That should have been the way they did it, but I don't know why they wouldn't do that. But they seem to just be going all over the place. I think they're trying to cash in now to see how they do, because Batman vs Superman was just a huge flop, and Suicide Squad's going to be a huge flop as well. I mean, not financially. I think financially it's going to do well, but not the critics loving.
Now, can I just say something? I think we're learning a lesson here. You know what that lesson is?
That we're spoiled by Marvel films.
No. That DC needs to stop making superhero films on Christopher Nolan. All right? He's the only one who did it right? And they just need him.
I agree. I also think if you're gonna have the scenes that take place in New York, they should actually take place in New York. Because at least from what I saw, when I was able to tell, I don't think those scenes took place in New York. They seemed like very like this doesn't look familiar. Like like that wouldn't look right. Not unlike the Christopher Nolan Batman films that were filmed in the real New York.
Right.
I think one of the shady things, I think this is like a tell point from the early stages of the movie that they knew it was not going to be well, is that I kind of feel like the Joker was a huge part of the advertising for this film. I kind of felt like you read a lot of things early on about the Joker, about Jared Leto playing the Joker, and
how much screen time did he get?
Only about 20 minutes, if even that.
Wow.
like spread out, of course, but like
Now, I heard you see Batman from the villain's point of view. Is that true?
Yeah, you do see Batman, but you see Batman for about 5 minutes, if even that.
Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, honestly, John, I think Suicide Squad is going to be probably one of those Plex movies.
Right. The movie really does focus in on Deadshot, which is played by Will Smith, and Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie. Now, I gotta say, I think Harley Quinn steals the show with this movie. She is the villain in this film that you want to watch. I definitely think she played her character very well. I just gotta say, right now, I'll proclaim my love to Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn. I love her. What happened?
What happens, Lady Gaga?
Oh, I love her too. Whoever wants to come at me first, please.
What if they both knocked on your door and you had to choose one?
Well, I'm gonna have a fun night. I would have to choose Lady Gaga because Lady Gaga is my original love that I know. I feel like I love on a personal level. Margot Robbie, I don't really know much about her other than she looks amazing.
Lady Gaga's never gonna love you.
What do you mean she's not gonna love me?
I mean, she's never gonna. She doesn't know who you are, John.
I know that. I know she doesn't know who I am right now. But one day we're gonna get to that point.
What?
One day we're gonna get to that point.
Yeah. Okay, John.
I do think though that I guess I gotta say, Margot Robbie looks incredibly hot. The things I would do to sleep with her are like, oh my god, like, I just gotta say right now, like, I've had a thing for Margot Robbie since she was inside the Wolf of Wall Street, and I've always had a thing for Harley Quinn. I loved Harley Quinn. So to have the two of them together is like, oh my god for me. I
want you to just understand why I'm so disappointed in John. Right, the thing is, realize what he just said. The things I would do to sleep with her.
I'm not even done. I mean, like I would do just about anything to sleep with her. Like if I had to sleep with her on top of like dead bodies, like I would do it. Like, I would sleep with dead bodies to get to her. Like, whatever you needed to do, that's what I would do. To sleep with Margot Robbie, just so you get the visual in your head. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not doing anything.
You should be though. I hope the listeners are.
Listeners, please don't visualize nice things like voltage. Okay, ready, John? Wait. Ready? You get to marry Lady Gaga or never drink voltage again.
Ooh. Oh. Oh man. Oh my god. I know I can't drink it, but can I like inject it like heroin? Like, no. Can I just take like a vial and just?
No, you can't be within 50 feet of a voltage bottle or voltage liquid for the rest of your life.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's really Joe. What are you doing to me, bro? Like I already feel like I'm going through withdrawals right now just thinking of it. Like I'm thinking in my head like I have to go out and get a bottle of this. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. I think at the end of the day though, love conquers all. Right?
But love for what though? Love for voltage or love for Lady Gaga?
No, I think pure love does conquer all. So I think you have to pick the person. You can't not. I mean,
John, I'll ante it up a little bit for you, okay?
Oh God.
You can either marry Lady Gaga or never see or talk to me ever again.
Oh, Brody. I'm not answering this.
You have to, though.
Joe, I don't know how to answer it.
It's a simple question, John. Me or Lady Gaga?
But you're saying it as my wife.
I am saying it as not me being your husband, John. Me being your best friend versus Lady Gaga being your wife.
I know, but that's my wife.
But is that your wife, though, John?
I mean, would you pick, your wife's Rebecca? Would you divorce your wife to hang out with me?
Now, wait a second, John. Let's clear the air for a little bit, because Rebecca's not my wife. She's my girlfriend.
But I'm saying, well, Lady Gaga's not my anything. So we're playing what ifs right now, aren't we?
Yeah, if you're asking me if I had to decide between my girlfriend Rebecca,
your wife.
No, see, that's the thing, though, John. Biblically, I can't choose anyone over my wife except for Jesus.
All right, so biblically, we'll play that game then. We'll play the biblically game, Joe. I plead the fifth. And I'm going to choke my... All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to choke out on the J&J podcast. Okay? Joe, as you can see, this cord is wrapped around my neck. All right, now, I am going to choke myself so I don't have to answer this question, okay? Now, I don't know how you're going to hear this because my best guess is, Joe, I'm hoping somebody uploads this, though. This is my suicide.
Now that John is dead, I can tell all of his dirty secrets.
No!
He's back alive, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm back from the dead. Back from the dead. I'm back. Welcome back.
Oh my god. Okay, that gave me a good laugh, I've got to say. I hope it gives you guys a good laugh.
Back to Suicide Squad. So like I said, Deadshot and Harley Quinn definitely are the main focuses in this film. I think Will Smith played his character like he would play any other Will Smith character. He was himself.
Let me guess. Tragic backstory, down on his luck, raises up, overcomes, and makes it back to his family at the end of the day.
Hey, you got it.
Wow, just like Pursuit of Happiness, or
Hitch, or Ali, or Wild Wild West, or any other Will Smith movie that's ever come out ever.
Literally, I love Will Smith. I think he's an amazing actor, but I honestly don't go to see any of his movies because they're all just the same movies in different settings.
I gotta say, the movie Focus was different. The movie Focus, starring him and ta-da, Margot Robbie. Just saying, was different. I completely forgot she was in that movie. Yeah, Will Smith and Margot Robbie, who, by the way, I would literally sleep with dead bodies to get to her. Margot, I hope you're listening.
Margot, if you are listening, I want you to know I'm the non-creepy half of the J&J podcast.
Yeah, my name's Joe Vasello.
No, I'm Joe Vasello. I've never actually seen any of your films before.
Well, let me show you her body. Because
no, you look a little slutty when it comes to the Suicide Squad. Put on some clothes. Thank you.
Joe, I haven't seen a movie where she's had clothes on, but I'm very grateful for that. If we can just keep that level for every Margot Robbie movie, I'd be happy. Guys, remember, I'm single. I'm just a Joker looking for his Harley Quinn. So, if you can help me out.
I'm not single, but I'm the not delusional one who would not sleep on dead bodies for anybody.
For anybody?
There's no one you could put in front of. First of all, John.
Anne Hathaway.
No.
Anne Hathaway.
I think Anne Hathaway is very attractive. I think she's very pretty, okay? She might be the most pretty celebrity person, okay, that I can think of off the top of my head. A, I would not sleep with her because I'm a Christian and I'm abstinent. B, I would not sleep with her because I'm a Christian and I'm abstinent. And C, I would not sleep with her because I'm a Christian and I'm abstinent.
Okay, but let's pretend you're not, though. Let's pretend you're not a Christian and you're not abstinent. Okay.
No pretending I'm not, though. I am. so I would never do.
But
that.
I'm pretending. I'm pretending. But if the opportunity does arise, though, Margot, please give me a call. Yeah, but Suicide Squad.
So much funny. That would have been so much funny if you just added a little sound onto that. If you were like, Margot, if the opportunity arises, give me a call, and then you were just like, right? You just that would have made that so much funnier.
Yeah, so the movie was not good. The editing was horrible. I gotta say. I usually don't bring up editing in movies because it's usually pretty simple, but the editing and the jump cuts and everything was just so bad in this film. And Joe, it was the graphics that were horrible. The graphics in this movie felt like I was watching I felt like it was like a gameplay footage from Mortal Kombat on the PlayStation 2. It was. Oh my god, the graphics were so unrealistic, really bad.
No, John, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Cheshire Cat was in the Suicide Squad, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
How did she? Now, I really enjoy the Cheshire Cat as a character in the comic books, but I haven't actually seen many films of her. What do you think?
Well, like I said before, the movie really focuses on Will Smith and Margot Robbie.
Okay.
The Cheshire Cat. Wait a minute.
Not from Alice in Wonderland.
Because that's how I was just thinking. Wait a minute. She did okay. She just really wasn't in it too much. Like, it wasn't if she wasn't like brought back to a lot, you know.
Right. I kind of wish that we could have seen a Cheshire Cat movie, or like maybe you like even. Because, like, you have to understand, a lot of the characters that are in the DC universe also have TV shows. And, like, Marvel, it will tie in the TV shows and it'll tie in the movies all together. But DC really doesn't do that, and it's very disappointing.
Well, DC, Flash was in it for, like, a second, I believe.
But which one? Which Flash? Right, because there's the actor that's going to be in the Justice League, which is a completely different actor than the actor that plays the TV show.
Right. Honestly, I don't know. It was just for a minute. I'm going to bet it was the one in the movie, though. I gotta say, DC is becoming very confusing. Not only with that, but with their comic book line, too. I was at Comic Book Jones today, and I was picking up, I have a thing called a pull list, where they take comic books and they put them aside for me. And so, I've been on vacation and whatnot, so it's been a while since I've been there. And they gave me Nightwing #1 and #2, which was weird because I already had Nightwing #1 that came out a couple of weeks ago. So it's like, oh, dude, I already had this. He's like, oh, no, you don't. This just came out. And I'm like, then what did I buy beforehand? He's like, you must have bought the Rebirth version of Nightwing. And I'm like, but this is also called Rebirth. He was like, no. He was like, they're both called Rebirth. I'm like, they have two separate things. And just one of them has Rebirth in bold letters. I'll show you. Two things. So this is Suicide Squad #1. Now, if you notice, you have the Rebirth nice and big right there. You see that? And now I'm going to show you a different comic book. This is Harley Quinn #1. And you have the Rebirth tiny up there.
Okay.
These are two different series. Both named Rebirth.
Yeah, let's be fair for a second, John. I think what really needs to happen is DC needs to sell out to Disney.
That would be incredible. It's never going to happen.
Like I feel like Disney needs to drop another 4 points. First of all, Disney needs to give Star Wars back to George Lucas, and Disney.
I don't think George Lucas wants it.
Then they need to give it to George Lucas's son. Like I'm sorry, Disney screwed up Star Wars, but besides that, I feel like they're doing superhero movies really well. Like, what you have to understand, John, is that Star Wars, and you've only seen one Star Wars movie. I got the feeling you really didn't like it that much. You watched it while I was down here. While you were up here, rather. and I feel like you really didn't like it very much. But what you have to understand is it's not a superhero movie; it's a sci-fi, right? And so I feel like Disney's not doing that well, but Disney's doing great things for superheroes like Iron Man and like Captain America. And so like I feel like they just need to buy up DC.
Yeah, I gotta admit, when I, when back years and years and years ago, when I first heard the news that Disney was buying Marvel, I was very skeptical. The first thing, the actual comment I said was, "What's gonna happen? Spider-Man's gonna float from his web, and Pixie Dust is gonna come out of his ass." Like, so it's like, what? I'm sorry, Joe's mom gave me a very bad cough.
Hey now, everybody in my house had that cough except for me.
Exactly. Yeah. So that, where were we?
about Disney buying.
Right. Yes. Do I think the movies would be a lot better if Disney bought it? Yes. I bet you there is some sort of contract agreement. What I do imagine happening in the future is that, Marvel's contract with Disney is going to end in a long time. And then that's when DC will swoop in and try to offer them something crazy like double the money. For Disney to buy them.
Right. Now, I actually don't think it's legal. I could be wrong about this, so don't quote me on it for sure. I don't think it's legal at this point with Disney owning Marvel to own DC. Because do you know what a monopoly is in real life, John?
Yeah. I don't think they can own.
Yeah, you're not allowed to own too much of a singular genre of thing, which I think is really stupid.
Right, if you have the money, buy it. I do understand, though. I don't know where that's coming in from, though, because, think about it, though. We only have 6 big media companies. That means we only have 6 voices. We have many different media outlets, and they're all owned by 6 people. Mm-hmm. 6 different companies, and so I don't think that's enough. I'm very grateful for the internet for that reason, because on the internet anybody can have a voice. People that rely on film, television, and radio, it's not good because there's only 6 voices you can hear.
Right.
So I don't think they can own both. I don't think they would own both. I guarantee there's got to be something inside Marvel's contract with Disney stating that they cannot buy DC. They don't want them to work together.
And I really wish that they would work together because I think it would be awesome. And I don't know if you know this, but I think it was the 80s where DC and Marvel actually had a short stint with them together. And it was called the DC Marvel Wars.
Yeah, there was wasn't there a Marvel versus DC video game?
Oh gosh, I feel like now that you say it there was, but I don't know.
Was there a Marvel versus DC Mortal Kombat game?
No, I know that for sure isn't because Mortal Kombat's owned by Warner Bros.
I'm looking. Marvel versus DC No, this wasn't a real game. I feel like. Okay, there was the Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. Okay, there was that. That's what I was thinking of. There's Injustice. It's also. Yeah, Injustice. That's Marvel and DC.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, because Captain America isn't in it.
No, but I'm looking at it. The Injustice video game. Unless this is like a. No, this can't be. No, this looks way too real. I hope it. Oh yeah, this is fake. My bad. Yeah, that was fake. I was looking at a fake game cover. I thought they came together. I guess not. I thought they came together for something, but I could be wrong. Okay, all right, fair enough. Would have been nice though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there's Marvel versus Capcom, and there's DC versus Mortal Kombat. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
It would be nice if they came together though and did something amazing. I do wonder though who would publish the comic books.
Hmm. I don't know. Well, I would be looking for like a movie. Now you've seen the new Justice League trailer. It looks like trash. It looks like trash. I mean, I can express to you. It basically what I saw was Aquaman standing on a rock getting splashed at, and Cyborg not looking cool at all. I'll say this: Flash looked like he was okay. He looked like a pretty cool Flash.
Joe, you know what was more entertaining than the Suicide Squad movie?
Watching a turtle walk.
No, actually, it was the trailer for Doctor Strange that played directly before it.
Oh.
There was a trailer for Marvel's Doctor Strange that played right beforehand, and that looked pretty good with your boy Benedict Cumberbatch on playing Doctor Strange, which I thought was really cool. And there was a great story I read about him once that they were filming in Brooklyn. And what Benedict Cumberbatch would walk into Jim Henley's Universe, which is a big comic book store. They have one location in Brooklyn and one in Staten Island. So he walked into the Brooklyn location, and he just kind of picked up like a bunch of random Doctor Strange comic books. And he didn't want to say what he was doing. He didn't want to come out and say, "Oh, I'm Benedict Cumberbatch from filming the movie." The comic book guy thankfully already knew who he was, and said, look, if you're going to do this, you're going to do it right. And went back and gave him a bunch of different comic books. He's like, read these instead. Kind of pointing out what were best for his character. And I thought that was interesting. And I think we do need more. I think if we had more comic book employees have impact on what the movies are like, I think we would have even better movies. What do you think?
Right, like Heath Ledger, who is by far the best Joker who ever lived,
locked himself in a hotel room.
Right, and read like Joker comic books for like 2 weeks straight.
I could have sworn it for a month. Yeah, he did great, and I think I saw Jared Leto in an interview on the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. And he looked a little weird. And it was a little weird, and I think it was from playing the Joker. And I do wonder if playing such a psychotic character truly messes with your brain.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
I mean, it's gotta be hard, because, actors, like, serious actors, they claim, like, even when they're on set and you're not even, like, with like cameras are not rolling, they stay within character to try and better themselves, and so it's gotta be insanely hard to play. The Joker is such a psychotic character. It's gotta be hard.
I'm sure it is. Now, John, while you were up here, we did a small mini film with a few friends of ours. What do you think of my acting?
While you were there, we were with Stuart and Nigel, two of your friends. They're making a movie together. It's like a movie that takes place like within the Star Wars universe type of thing.
Yep.
And you were in it, and I make a very brief cameo in it. If they even decide to keep it in, I make a very, very brief cameo in it. Your acting was good. I enjoyed messing up your scenes by yelling out racist stuff as a joke, or other type of obscenities. Just to kind of throw you off. I think you did good though, and I wish Stuart and Nigel the best of luck in their film. I don't know if I'll be back up there anytime soon to help them with their filming, but I do hope that whenever they do complete the film, it'll be on YouTube or some sort of other online video source where I can watch it. I think it might be fun to watch it. I think they're gonna do a great job. I hope they submit it to festivals, and overall it's gonna be a good time. I know your brother is heavily invested into it, and so is your stepdad. I don't think your mom's in it though.
No, my mom's not in it.
Okay, but I think it's gonna be great, and I really hope it works out for them, honestly and truly. And of course, we'll point all of our listeners to go watch and support their film.
Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Bible time with Joe. So here's what we're going to do. How's a random Bible scripture off the internet?
Yay.
Yay!
This is where everyone clicks off, so goodbye, everyone.
No, ladies and gentlemen. No. Okay, ready? Proverbs 24:16. For though the righteous man falls 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes.
Amen.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was your daily Bible dose with Joe.
Amen.
Amen.
Alrighty, anything else you want to talk about, Joe?
No, but I want to propose a funny idea that I think that you'll find funny in your head.
Okay.
Imagine I become a minister, and my first day of ministry, 1,400 people just swarm in, and they're like, "We're fans of the J&J podcast. It is Bible time with Joe."
And I'll be like, "Here's the collection basket."
All right, I think it's time for us to wrap it up. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's almost my bedtime. I have work in the morning. Tell me now.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening with us. Please feel free to go online. Give us a 5-star rating on iTunes and write your reviews. And please go online and buy our J&J podcast merchandise at www.jnjpodcast.spreadshirt.com. That link is in the description of this episode and every single episode we do. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. And without you, there would be no podcast. I love you all. And peace out, Cub Scout.
Peace out, Cub Scout.